ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथन्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ओम विष्णु पादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिधि नामने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hari Bol. Welcome on this rejuvenation of the Fantastic Friday series. Should I continue with I think you told me to continue with the Sikshastakam prayers. We will chant the Sikshastakam prayers once, please. If you have it on the screen, you can put it on the screen. चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहाधावाग्नि निर्वापणं श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधुजीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृतस्वादनं सर्वात्मा स्नपनं परं विजयते श्रीकृष्णसङ्कीर्तनम् नामकारि बहुधा निज सर्वशक्ति तत्रार्पिता नियमित स्मरणेन कालः एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशम् इहा जनीनानुरागः तृणादपि सुनीचेन तरोरीव सहिष्णुना amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmanishware bhavatad bhaktiraitu kitvayi ayinandatanuja kinkaram patitam vam vishame bhavam budau कृपया तव पाद पंकजस्थित धूलि सदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदहृदया गिरा पुलकैर्निचितं वापु कदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमिषेण चक्षुषा प्रवृजायितम् शून्यायितं जगत् सर्वं गोविन्द विरहेण मे आश्लिष्य वा पादरतं पिनस्तु मामदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातो लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव नापरः. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord unconditionally. Om Tat Sat Sikshastakam ki jai, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki jai, Nittai Guru Premanande. tṛṇād su-nīcena taroriva sahiṣṇunā amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ. This is maybe an interesting, very, very interesting aspect of the Sikshastakam, where Lord Chaitanya is giving us advice. What is the internal makeup? What is the attitude a devotee should cultivate? And I'm sure that there'll be a lot of questions on that. tṛṇād su-nīcena taroriva sahiṣṇunā. Being more tolerant than a tree and humbler than a blade of grass. Right? Taror means tree. Tṛṇā means tṛṇamatram, means not even a blade of grass type of value you have. So, being humbler than the blade of grass and more tolerant than a tree. Two qualities. One is humility and one is tolerance. Amāninā māna-dena. Then, man means respect. Abhiman means I feel I am respect worthy. I should be given respect. Amāninā māna-dena means, amāni means I don't have that man. I don't want that feeling that I should be respect. But I should have a feeling that I should respect everybody else. Amāninā māna-dena. In this way, internally, if you make yourself up, kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ. With this internal makeup, you can always do kirtan. You know what is external makeup? External makeup means you stand in front of the mirror, brush your this thing. Ladies do a lot more. Now gents have also started doing. They trim their beard, trim their mustache. This is external. And they brush themselves with some dust of some useless stuff, which they paid tons of money and bought. And maybe also get some problem breathing it. That is anyway the side effect, which you anyway have to suffer if you want to look beautiful and all padded and all. This is external makeup. Is my suit okay? Is my tie okay? Or is my t-shirt okay? Do look like a rugged, manly fellow with a beard and hair all mixed up like that. This is what girls go for. This is what women go for. I try very hard to look natural. In other words, I go to the boutique to look natural, to ruffle up my hair and grow my beard and trim my mush and all that. If you simply leave it like that without doing anything, it will automatically be like that. But you go to this is all external makeup. External makeup, why? You want people to think that you are something which you are not. People get very busy with external makeup. Why? Because of this. I want to cast such an impression on somebody, on some people, that they will have a certain value for me in a certain way, which actually I'm not. But I want to be valued like that. I don't have the qualities to be valued like that. But it's so easy to go to the boutique and do a few things and put up that show. This is called external makeup. World is filled with people who are very busy with external makeup. That's what is the material world. Material world people are absorbed in external makeup. But what a devotee should do, actually, he should be doing internal makeup. He's not really bothered. If you read the story of Jada Bharat, you will see that he is, Bharat Maharaj reincarnated. He was Bharat Maharaj, he fell down with a deer, and then he became a deer. And he repented a lot and developed internal makeup. And then he was born as Jada Bharat. And Jada Bharat was making sure in his life as Jada Bharat, he was making sure that I will be neglected by the external world because I will not put any external makeup. So bad will be my external makeup, but nobody want to come near me. Nobody want to associate with me. In this way, I will be free from any material association. An extremely intelligent person made his external makeup so bad that nobody wanted to come near him. In this way, he kept quiet and indulged in Krishna consciousness internally. Externally, his behavior was so bad. his brothers, his father had 2 wives. Out of 1 wife he was born, and his brothers were born out of other wives. And they found him to be a great burden because his father also passed away. When his father was there, he was looking after him. He pretended to be a retarded child. His father will say, please, go to the bathroom first, go to the latrine first, pass urine, this thing and all, then go to the bathroom, take your bath, then come out and do achaman, like that. So he will first take achaman. He will do right opposite. He will do achaman, purify himself, then go to the toilet. Then go to the, go to the bathroom first, then go to the toilet. Like that, everything reverse he purposely did. So his father is, my gosh, what a fellow. He's born in a Brahmin family and he's like this. He gave a powerful message to everybody. I don't know anything. I'm a useless fellow. I'm an idiot. Don't come near me. And his father was feeling very, very bad and sad. Then he passed away and the brothers took over. And the brothers said, useless fellow, what a burden for us. It doesn't do any work, is not fit for anything, but he was very solidly built. So they put him as a scarecrow in the field for scaring away crows. And the Tamil என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க, அந்த புல்லு போட்டு இப்படி நிக்க வைப்பாங்களே, ஏதோ பெயிண்ட் எல்லாம் பண்ணுவாங்க அப்படி. In the farm, he'll be there, no? With made out of hay.
Sola bommai.
Sola bommai means a bommai made out of
Sola kaattu bommai. Sola kaattu bommai.
Sola kaattu bommai. Only for the Solam Kaattu it is meant. But this I see in all the Kaattus also. Anyway, Sola Kaattu bommai. Avana Sola Kaattu bommai mari anga nikka veinga so that birds will not come. They put him like that in the field in the hot sun. No? Can you imagine? You stand here. You spread your hand like this once in a while. He listened to whatever they said. He spread his hand and kept quiet. As long as you don't trouble me, I'll do anything for you. You'll leave me alone. Then they got even more angry with him. So useless fellow, you do nothing. You got such a big body, right? So when he was hungry, they didn't give him all the food that they were eating. They gave all the burnt rice and they picked up from the field all the grains. The laborers will pick up and they will do this thing, no? And they'll keep all that damaged grains eaten by insects. They gave him all that to eat. Treat him worse than an animal. He actually ate up all that. Whatever they gave, he ate it up. He chewed that grain and ate it up. If that is what the Lord wants me to eat, I will eat that. This is toleration. So his external makeup was completely different from what any material fellow will do in this world. His internal makeup was amazing and nobody knew about it. Nobody knew about it. It's only he decided to show it to Maharaj Rahugana, for whom he was carrying a palanquin. And when ants were coming, he was stepping over it. And the palanquin was shaking. So the king got this and said, why didn't he carry properly, you fat fellow? He said. And then he turned to the king smiling and said, neither am I fat nor am I thin, and neither are you king and nor am I your servant. He made this remark. And the king became very angry. He got down and said, what did you say? And he explained to him Tattva. First time he spoke in his life as Jada Bharat, maybe. He spoke Tattva. And then the king knew, Arey, who are you? You got a dirty Brahmin thread, which is blackish in color. Your body is filled with all sorts of mud here, there, dirt, face and all. Some kare and all is there, some all sorts of things is there. And you have a dirty cloth, like a towel around your waist and a cowpin. Everything looks dirty, but you speak amazing words. Who are you? Maharaj Rahugana was stunned. This is the internal makeup of Jada Bharat he came to know. He paid obeisances to Jada Bharat. All the other palanquin carriers and all the army of people and all were stunned. What are you doing? praying namaskaram to the palanquin carrier. But only Maharaj Rahugana had the brain and the intelligence to understand, I made a very big mistake. My people have selected this fellow for carrying the palanquin. Now I am finished. This person is an amazing realized person. Then only he came to know. Internal makeup is most important for us. That makeup consists of what? tṛṇād su-nīcena tarori sahiṣṇunā amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ. Internal makeup is what makes you pre-qualified to chant and get benefit from the chanting. Very important to get benefit from the chanting properly. So, what are we thinking inside? That starts from what we are thinking about ourselves. Actually, every type of thought starts from what you think about yourself. Atmavat manyate jagat. What you think about yourself. If you think I am a great orator, if you think I am a great fellow, if you think, Prabhupada said, even those days, I don't know in my younger days whether it's like that still now in some places maybe. You have rickshaw pullers. Physically they'll pull, like the horse will pull the carriage. I used to go in that rickshaw in early days in Mayapur, I remember. We used to go in that rickshaw. Even in Vrindavan, I've gone in that rickshaw. He will take you through the thing. Hey, Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe. He'll take the rickshaw like that. Means there's a carriage on the back and he's pulling like a horse. He will hold both sides and run. And it's so horrible actually. So cruel to make another man run and you sit down nicely in that. All these big Sethjis and all these fat fellows will sit down in there with the whole family. And this man will sweat it out with a towel and he will carry it. Prabhupada said, even the rickshaw puller is thinking in his mind, I am a better rickshaw puller than the other fellow. He's thinking, Prabhupada said, even a rickshaw puller who's working so hard, earning a few bucks, he's thinking, rascal, I will go faster than you. And he's going fast, thinking I'm a better rickshaw puller. He said the world is filled with people who think great about themselves. That is what is a material world. So all of us have notions about ourselves, understanding about ourselves. And it is all false. Why? It's based on the false ego, ahankar. So what this internal makeup is telling you is, that is wrong. Whatever you think about yourself is not true. You are Jivera Surupahoy, Krishnera Nityadas. You are eternally a servant of Krishna. The more you cultivate that understanding inside you, the better the chanting will be. This is the formula. The more, when you sit down to chant, you should chant, that's why Sikshastakam. Amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, like that it goes on. Cultivating your inside. What to do? So when you sit down for chanting, that is why I tell them that you do these affirmations. Affirmation means, why am I doing this? What will happen if I do this? Who am I who is doing this? These questions should be answered every day before japa. You chant Sikshastakam and you ask, why am I chanting Hare Krishna? Why should I listen to Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Lord Chaitanya, that I should chant Hare Krishna? Why? That you answer that question. And then you answer the question, who am I who is doing this chanting? What will I get out of it? What do I seek to get? What am I thinking I will get? And then you come to the point of how this should be done. How this chanting should be done. So you'll see Prabhupada's instructions, sit erect. Sit erect. You'll see while he's chanting Hare Krishna, you heard his chanting. Sit straight up. Sit erect. He's giving instruction when you chant Hare Krishna, sit straight up. Don't slouch like this and go to sleep. Even external makeup, while you're chanting, what you should do. It is don't have to go to the boutique and put all these things. For chanting Hare Krishna, you don't have to go there and do all this. It doesn't matter at all. It's got nothing to do with it. Your external makeup is stay awake. Stay awake. Stay vigilant. And internal makeup is you understand who am I, what am I doing, why am I doing. And after answering questions to this, what you must do is this one. tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. Only then it becomes somewhat possible to do this. What is that? I am actually a nobody. Why I am a nobody? Because these are all my problems I have with myself. Understanding the problem of you. You are a problem to yourself. This is the first problem one must understand. You are the greatest problem for you. Why? You have decided to separate yourself from Krishna and come in forgetfulness. Krishna bhuliya bhogavancha kare. Idu seidninga illaya? Did you do this or not? You have to be convinced that you have done this. Don't be superficially just jumping into it. You have to be convinced. That's why Prabhupada is speaking the philosophy. You should know philosophy and you should know theology. You should know God, Krishna, who He is, everything. You should know philosophy. Philosophy of life means, who are you? Where are you? Why are you here? Where should you go? What you should do to go there? These questions should be very firmly understood. It's when we understood. The thing about our Western system of education is, none of this foundational thinking will be told to you, because they are of the opinion that everything should be found out by you. The way it operates, the educational system is, first we will find out, then from there we will operate. And therefore you are busy finding out, you will never finish finding out. So with what you have found out only you can operate. But in the Vedic system, that is said, first you absorb everything from the Veda. Bhagavad Gita says, Krishna is saying, I am Supreme Personality of Godhead. Theoretically, hypothetically, you take that. You take that, and from there you start. So if you're able to do that, then you should know that I am spirit, soul, part and parcel of Krishna. This is the advantage of this type of a model, is that you already have got theoretical knowledge about the reality. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the absolute truth. He is the reality, period. But to come to this point using your brain, intelligence, and your faculties, and then adjust yourself to chant Hare Krishna is going to take till thy kingdom come. Thy will be earth on heaven. As you know, that famous prayer you prayed in your assembly. Thy kingdom come. When it happens only, you will be able to know. This, I feel, is the advantage. And they will call this, oh, you are a faith-based people. You don't use your rationalization of that. No, I'm using a rationalization and having faith in this model, in this premise. If you don't have a premise, how will you have a philosophy? If you don't have a premise and always you want to be floating around because you don't know, then you will never at any point of time have a philosophy or a theology. And that is the trick Maya plays on you in this Western system of understanding, that at no point of time do you know anything. But all points of time you act like as though you know everything. This is all these fellows who don't know because they have not accepted, will speak like as they know. And they make it sure that nobody else should know through religion or anything. Religion is not, it's only faith-based, it's not reason-based, it is not rational, it is da-da-da-da-da. As though to come to know anything, this is the only method. Who are you to tell God? Only through rationality we should get to know you. Don't put any other condition. Only through this. Why? Because we like it. Because we can never know you. It will take for us many janmas to know you. And in this way, we can continue our nonsense. Rather, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada and great acharyas have come and said, Janmadyasya yataha, that is the premise first. Bhagavatam starts with that premise. It establishes that premise. What is the absolute truth? So unless you are exposed to Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, you can't even tell your internal self that this is what am I. If you don't know who you are, actually it will be very difficult to chant Hare Krishna. You have to know that I am spirit soul. No. You have to know some model, some understanding of reality. This is why people find it difficult to chant Hare Krishna. Why? Why should I chant? Who is God? Who said I am spirit soul? Therefore, I don't chant Hare Krishna. The opposite is, your affirmation is, I know I am spirit soul. I know Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I know I am his part and parcel. I know I am illusioned by the external energy. Then it is easy for you. I have come to know myself now. Atmavat manyate jagat. Now I can see others and the world through that eyes of the self-realization that I've made. Then only it will be easy for you to become humble. You cannot become humble otherwise. There is a mechanics to humility also. Humility, yesterday I was explaining to a devotee who was calling me from UK. He said, Maharaj, in one of your lectures, you said about Haridas Thakur not willing to become trapped by Lord Chaitanya's proposal, saying that now you become old, you don't have to chant so many rounds. Lord Chaitanya told him. He told him, don't tempt me. Don't put this inside my head. This is internal makeup exercise. What Haridas Thakur said, Maharaj, you said that, why did you say that? So I was explaining to him this yesterday, that my understanding is this. Haridas Thakur was fighting and maintaining his internal makeup. And Lord Chaitanya was testing him. See, you don't have to chant, you become very old now. Right? It's okay if you chant less. Krishna is giving him that, and he's not taking it. He's telling, don't try to cheat me. Don't try to say this to me. I am the lowest of the lowest. I was born in a Muslim family. I was like this. Unless I have done some very dirty thing in my past life, I am not qualified. It is you who is coming here to me. I am unqualified to come to you. It is your mercy on me. He just completely fought it, that I should not change my internal makeup, that I am a low class person, and Lord Chaitanya is showing mercy to me. Otherwise, I am finished. I want to think like that only, and feel like that and experience that only. He was maintaining his internal makeup very, very intelligently, with intelligence given to him by Krishna from inside as Paramatma. Lord Chaitanya became very pleased with Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur said, I want to pass away from this world holding your lotus feet to my chest, being able to see you and chant your name. Immediately Lord Chaitanya said, Krishna is so kind and merciful that for a person like you, he has to do, and he has to make it possible for you according to your desire. He's telling he is only Krishna, and he's saying Krishna will definitely accept this of yours because you're such a dear devotee who chants the holy name, no? So he's saying, in other words, I am obliged to do this for you. Why? I am controlled by your wonderfully following the instruction and being an example to the whole world. And he did that. So, our internal makeup, humility and tolerance, will only come if we also have knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam, which is again the mercy of the Lord. Because we have a model as to the reality around me and the reality that is outside of me waiting for me. Right? This is not real, I come to know. That is the reality. The reality, I am not what I think I am. That is what is the meaning of tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. It's not just a statement to be chanted every morning in Sikshastakam. I finish chanting, now let I take the mala. That's because our internal makeup is not made. So these are affirmations before you chant. Amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā. It's a very difficult thing to do. For me, it's a very difficult thing to do. I have seen it. Amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā. Adu solli chanting பண்ணும்போது thoughts will come in your mind. Yesterday he told you this. Rascal, what does he think he is? Immediately the mind will tell you. After you chanted amāninā māna-dena, the mind will tell you, idiot, that fellow, don't worry about him. He's an idiot. These thoughts will come inside you because you function on false ego. The material world functions on false ego. It is created out of false ego. The three modes of material nature's effect on false ego creates the senses under this thing, creates the demigods, creates all that's made out of the sum total of false ego of everybody, all the souls in this particular universe. How can you escape it? So this thing, amāninā māna-dena, has to be exercised by you. So if you sit down every day and tell yourself, who am I? That is why you should spend private time encountering yourself. You should not be afraid of encountering yourself, the weak, full of holes individual that you are. Lots of holes inside you. You think you're very great because you are illusioned. Your illusory greatness, you should strip it. And you should bare yourself to yourself and to Krishna. This is what I am. I am envious. I am lusty. I am greedy. I tried to do this to get this type of a position. I tried to cheat in this way. I tried to tell lies in this way. I did all these things. When you expose, at least to yourself, you should expose yourself, no? Nobody else knows it's very good because life will be very difficult if they come to know all these things. At least to yourself, you should bare yourself. Keeping the Shastra in front of you, compare it. See, this is what I should be, this is what I am. Then it becomes easy to develop humility. Only humility is a comparative quality. You should have something to bounce it against, then only you'll become humble. Right now, you're trying to bounce it against Krishna. Krishna is so great, so merciful, so wonderful, and I am so tiny. I am a nobody. Right? That is an easy thing to do. But somehow that doesn't get sustained too much. That's why we compare ourselves with devotees, especially with those whom you have a problem. The good qualities of those devotees. This is real gym. This is the gym for the soul. You know, going to the gym to lift weights and do this and that, this is the gym. This is what is mentioned here in this third verse. tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. Sahiṣṇunā means tolerance. Sahikkirde சொல்லுவாங்க. Sahiṣṇunā. It's very wonderfully seen in Haridas Thakur. This is why Lord Chaitanya is going and sitting with them. Actually, they are externally looking very lousy. They are lowest of the low people in society. But Lord Chaitanya goes and sits with them. Why? is a very beautiful person inside. His internal makeup is so beautiful that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has fallen in love with the beauty of this person, Haridas Thakur. Can you imagine that? Something else is going on here. I am helplessly attracted to Haridas Thakur for his beautiful nature, his quality. Same thing you will see, there are many devotees who are internally very nicely done. Externally, they are not rich, they look ugly, they are poor, and they are sloppy in what they do. But if you go close to such persons, you come to know the beauty of this individual when you get to see his internal makeup. Very humble, very dependent on Krishna, very dependent on the holy name. These people are very advanced. And Krishna has given them that opportunity to become advanced by taking away everything externally from them. The problem is always with people, Janmaishwarya Shutashibir Yedamana Madapuran. Like Kunti Devi has said, those who have Janma, Aishwarya, Shuta, Shri, they become Madhapuman. They become mad. They become mad. So that's why Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, another example, they came to know this. They know this from the beginning only. They brought up in nice Brahmin cultured families. Gauda Saraswata Brahmin family, it's mentioned, from South India. They both are ancestors are from South India. And somehow or the other, some problems and all, they slowly moved up to north. Kumara Deva is the one's ancestral. It's mentioned about Rupa Goswami, then his sons, and then like that. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami got settled up in Bengal and all these places. And they are so good in materially so good Brahminical family, very good culture, extremely intelligent people, very well educated, and looking also very nice, Lakshana, nice looks, everything they had. And they were working for the Nawab Hussain Shah. One was private secretary, other was minister. This is the meaning of Dhabir Khas and Sakara Malik. It's not actually their name, it's actually the title. Everybody thinks it's a name. Dhabir Khas, Sakara Malik. Once I was discussing with Guru Maharaj and they said that we should have our commentary on the Quran. We were discussing, madam, we comment on the Quran and publish it. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's commentary on the Quran, because many things there are very nicely mentioned as similar to Bhagavatam and all that. That we should actually write in the future. Bible also I won't write. I think we should write a commentary. In Kerala, because I'm in charge of the BBT, we are planning to do some things like that. We want to write, like we wrote here, Kuralin Kural. During the Tamil conference here, we produced a small leaflet called From Tirukural Related with Bhagavad Gita. The Thiruvalluvar's sayings which reflect the Gita. We call that Kuralin Kural. And we produced all these verses and put Tirukural's this thing, and we worked on that. We didn't have enough time, actually. I wanted to do that as a project. If somebody is interested, please contact me. We will publish it in Tamil. Like that, we wanted to do Quran. And at that time, then he was telling, so what will we do to publish it? Who will buy it? I said, we should not publish it as BBT. Yes. Then I said, we should publish a separate trust. We should call it Dhabir Khas Trust. We should call it Dhabir Khas Publishers. Guru Maharaj became very thrilled. That's very good. And then we can have another one, Sakara Malik Publishers. And so, Dhabir Khas and Sakara Malik are actually the titles. I don't know which one is private secretary, the other one is minister. And they were both enjoying the best of material positions under the king. And the king was totally invested in them because he knows these fellows will not cheat me. They have such high quality character. That is their nature. That's their culture. So there is no chance they'll take any money without asking me. So everything was under the key for the whole treasury is with them. Gold, mountains of gold, everything under his care. In the காலத்துல இப்படி அதை கொடுத்திருந்தாங்கன்னா எனக்கு சாவி immediately I'll take it and finish off the project. Does not matter if I steal, does not matter if I do this. I'll take it and run away. Each one of you will definitely help me and you will also take your little amount and run away. He'll not bother of keeping the treasury straight, honestly and all that for Nawab Hussain Shah. But they were keeping, look at their character. They came to know about Lord Chaitanya. They met Lord Chaitanya. It's a beautiful place in Ramkeli. I've gone there, where they met with Lord Chaitanya. Very nice place. In the entrance, there is a big statue of Lord Chaitanya. Very nice, beautiful, painted and done very nicely. He's crying almost. And why? There they met him. And they started doing exactly this. tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. They took grass from the street and put it on their teeth. Danta, tṛṇā, what is it mentioned? I forget that word. Tṛṇamatram, value. Tṛṇamatram value means it is, you don't have as much value in as a blade of grass. So they put glass in their teeth like this, and they were crawling on the floor in front of Lord Chaitanya and telling, we are both so low class. We have done so much of sinful activity. And we are worse than Jagai and Madai, whom you have liberated. And they were crying. And they were submitting themselves to, for the first time, meeting Lord Chaitanya. Lord Chaitanya saw both of them. He actually came there for them only. And then he felt such deep emotion. He told them, instantly, he initiated them. Aji hoite dunharanam rupa sanatana dhainya chada tumare dhainya fate moramana. It's a beautiful statement he made. Today onwards, your name is Rupa and Sanatan. Instant initiation. First time he's seeing them. They are paying obeisances. Your name is Rupa, you're initiated. Your name is Sanatana. Can you see any time you get initiation like that anywhere? You have to start and you have to be in the queue yard. Then that mentor will tell you 10,000 things and you have to listen to him. You're not obedient. He will write in the report, on this day you did like this, you did not pay salute to me, or you did not do that. And then the mentor will recommend, and the mentor kaga you have to soapify him. You have to give him this, that, give him services when he calls, then he had to recommend, and then you have to struggle to chant. So many things happen. That is our business. But here, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami getting initiated, and the first he saw them itself. Aji hoite dunhara naam. Both of your names is Rupa Sanatana. Dainya chada to me. Give up your humility. The Lord is telling them, stop being humble to me. Why? Dainya chada to me. Tumare dainya fate moramana. Your humility is breaking my heart. Stop it. He's ordering them, stop being humble. So genuine was their humility, and so much they were experiencing that humility, that instantly he gave them initiation. So stop it now, please. I'm feeling so bad. Is God telling the living entity, stop being humble? That is the height of Rupa and Sanatan's humility. Right? So, if they chant Hare Krishna, how will it be? Amāninā māna-dena kīrtanīyaḥ sadā hariḥ. Same with Raghunath Das Goswami also. These are all very rich people. Zamindar's son. It seems Raghunath Das Goswami in his younger days, when he gets up from bed in the morning, lotus petals will be arranged on the floor to go to the bathroom. Not just ordinary mat, not socks, not, pathway to this thing. No socks, nothing. Lotus petals. In the night when he's sleeping, somebody already arranged in the early morning. He gets up on the lotus petals and walks to the bathroom. Can you believe it? This is what he was doing. His father was so rich. He owned all the villages around. He's the king. My son should my son, look after him like that. Look, he has got all the money in the world. Sponge. You can imagine rubber. We get on rubber. At the most, we'll get rubber chappal, Hawaii chappal. At the potu rubber. Useless. He is on layers of tamarai dalam. His feet falls on that. Even in Indraloka, they may not be having that. That person comes to liberates himself from his house and comes to Lord Chaitanya. And he follows austerity, begging in the front of the temple for food. This is what I need to develop my internal makeup. I think I am a Zamindar son. I think I'm very great. I think I deserve this treatment. And Lord Chaitanya is giving me that treatment also. He is telling every day, sit down here and take Jagannath Prasadam, I'll give you. Because he thinks I'm a Zamindar son. I am not. I am his lowly servant. That he wants to break. He goes away from the ashram of Lord Chaitanya and begs there. And hearing that, Lord Chaitanya becomes very pleased. He doesn't express it, but he just slightly smiles. And is expressed in Chaitanya Charitamrita very nicely. The Lord became pleased with the determination of Raghunath Das Goswami that I should not be known as a Zamindar son. I should not be treated as a Zamindar son by Lord Chaitanya. He should treat me as his lowly servant. He left. And Lord Chaitanya just kept quiet, didn't ask anything. Let him go beg, let us see what happens. And then he would come and inquire from Swarup Damodar Goswami. Now what? Where is he? He has stopped begging in the front of the temple. Why? He thinks if you stand in front of the temple and you're hungry and you're begging, you'll always be expecting. This man will give me something. This man will give me something. He's coming with some prasadam. It is for me. He may give it to me. Like that. He is thinking that it is a mind of a prostitute. Thinking that this man will hire me for pleasure. This man will hire me. He felt that I should not be a prostitute waiting for some food to come to me. Forget it. Whatever I get, I should eat. So he has gone to the backside of the temple, and where the waste rice is thrown, all dump, stinking rice the cows are eating, he is going and eating there. He is washing that in water and eating, because he doesn't want that anxiety of who is going to give me my food. Lord Chaitanya became more pleased and went to see him there, that place. So these are stories of tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. In human society now, it is, I know for sure I will never do this. One thing I know is I can never do this. Then only I understood what a puffed up fellow you are here. You are thinking you are very great. When you compare, you know where you are. This is what Prabhupada was. Very humble person. Goes to America, and there when he is asked, are you not Allen Ginsberg's guru? He lifts his head slowly. 70-year-old man says, I am nobody's guru. I am everybody's servant. And then he puts his head down again. It's so difficult to be a servant. He's mumbling to himself. It is so difficult to be a servant. So these are all examples of internal makeup. So we should all work on making our internals proper. Whatever you are externally, actually, it's not important. That is why we should not take the external things of devotees very deeply. Even if they take some mistake, they shout, they yell, or did that and all that. It's okay. We should just immediately forget it. What is this person inside? That you can see by his service, by his dedication, by these things you can see. Because what is inside will come out. This way we understand the beautiful character of a Vaishnava. He should be seen inside out, not outside in. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. It's 8:30. What's it? 8:37. Hari Bol. 1 hour over. Any question or comment? Yeah. Prabhat. Chapandi. You are not Telugu, huh? You are not Telugu. You are from Andhra, no? ఎక్కడి నుంచి మీరు ఆంధ్రాలో?
ఒంగోల్.
ఒంగోల్. చెప్పండి.
Maharaj, Atmavat Manyat Jagat, you told Maharaj. What is that exact meaning, Maharaj?
Atmavat Manyate Jagat. As you see yourself, as you have accepted yourself, as you have understood your identity, like that you will see the world around you. In modern terms, what is your world view? Comes from what is your view of yourself. How you'll relate with others is according to, this is very amazing understanding. You will automatically behave like that with everybody else, and you relate with the material world also like that, the objects of the world, everything, you will relate with according to value you have for yourself. You think about it and see. You'll understand the design, how it is designed. We are under a very powerful program. Atmavat Manyate Jagat is part of the program. You will see that fellow exactly like you see yourself. It's been built in the program. So if you cultivate the understanding that I am spirit soul, automatically the reality will come out when you see the world outside. Then you'll understand matter even better. Correct, huh? Ashwin Balaji, what do you think about that theory? Correct, huh? This is what in quantum physics they'll say observer, no? Observer phenomena. That's already solitaire. tṛṇād su-nīcena taror sahiṣṇunā. That's got full quantum physics and observer phenomena in it, yes or no? எழுதுப்பா பேப்பர் அதுல. Yeah. Any other question? Being in the practice of chanting Hare Krishna and devotional service for quite some time, a lot of devotees actually have an hands-on experience of Krishna, maybe some inner voice through external happenings or just an inexplicable wave of deep inspiration. Obviously, at the level that's appropriate for one's personal situation, Krishna consciousness. However, we are told to maintain an affirmation that I am utterly unqualified to hear Krishna's voice. That's not what I said. Nobody said you're utterly unqualified to hear Krishna's voice. I am nothing, etc. And a lot of us happen to simply brush aside all that Krishna is personally giving us. How do we balance between our affirmation of humility and being unqualified and exposing ourselves to what Krishna actually has in store for us? It's not different. You must not differentiate the fact that you're able to do something and think that that is different from what Krishna is enabling me to do. No, you are able to do something in Krishna consciousness and reciprocate with Krishna only because Krishna allows you to do it and gives you the strength to do it, gives you the inspiration to do it. It's not that you are doing it. It's not that you are doing it. This is very important. Guru Maharaj went and told Prabhupada, I am so fallen, I am this thing, I am that thing. He said, you are nothing fallen. Krishna is greater fallen than you. How is that? He said, I am the most fallen. And Prabhupada told him, you are the most nothing. Krishna is the most everything. He caught immediately that at that point and said, don't think you are great in any way. Even if you say I'm most fallen, you're not great in that also. You're trying to become great as a fallen person. Huh? Like that, Prabhupada told. So it was very amazing to me. That is coming out of the idea still that I am doing sadhana, I am doing and Krishna is reciprocating. It's coming out of my doing. No, it is not coming out of Krishna's doing. If at all Krishna is reciprocating with you, that is Krishna's free will. Out of his mercy, is reciprocating with you. It's not that because I chanted my japa nicely and did so-and-so service of putting the bricks on top of this building here, the temple and all that. See, now Krishna is pleased with me. I am, you should be like me actually. Can't you see that? This is the way to do devotional service. I did that and now Krishna is reciprocating. Pati anaga ice cream karchide. See, can't you see Krishna is reciprocating? That is another type of false ego. Very subtle. So that Krishna is telling in the Bhagavatam, Namam sadhayati yogo. You can't get me by sadhana. You can't get me by sadhana. You can't get me by yoga. You can't get me by gyan. You can't get me by austerity. Just as much as you may get me by yatha bhaktir mamorjita. Just love me. That is the way to get. You have the capacity to love me. Why don't you do that? Instead of trying all these other stunts, why don't you express your love for me? That's all is the point. This is a secret. So when a devotee understands that, he cries that I am not able to love you. That is anuraga. Second shloka, no? Chant that second shloka. What is he saying? Arey, this is how you people forget. Eh? What's the second shloka beginning? No, that Anandambudhivardhanam is first shloka.
Namakari bahuda
Namakari bahuda nija sarva shakti. See how technically composed it is. It's got full of stuff in it. Nija sarva shakti tatrarpita niyamita smaranena kalaha etadrishi tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaivam idrisham ihana anuraga. Achai, durdaivam. Unfortunate that I don't have attraction for this wonderful holy name. Right? I am not able to learn to love you. Unfortunate. Then Govinda Virahe Name, another shloka. These are all internal makeup and attitudes. Lord Chaitanya was experiencing this and enjoying this. That's why he wrote the Sikshastakam in that. He's experiencing it. So, in answer to your question, it is not that you are performing something. You will never be able to perform devotional service unless Krishna allows you to. That we must understand. Whatever we are doing, the chanting of the holy name coming out of your mouth and your lips, Krishna is facilitating it. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate applies here also. So, the right way to look at it would be, I am unqualified, but still Krishna out of his mercy is entering my domain and encouraging me. I'm very grateful to Krishna for that, but I continue to remain who I am. I continue to remain. It is Krishna who is coming from this thing and putting his mercy on me like that. It's not that I am generating such a amazing amount of service that Krishna is bound to reciprocate with me. That may not be the way we should think. Right? So your question is, how do we balance between our affirmation of humility, and being unqualified and exposing ourselves to what Krishna actually has in store for us. When a devotee acts in certain ways, like Prabhupada's statement I always think about is, in Australia, I told you that he walks like this, Prabhupada. His chin will be not horizontal. All his pictures you'll see, this is walking like that. Somebody asked him on reporter, why do you walk like this? So Prabhupada said, that is because we can never be defeated. He told, answer to the reporter. I was, I just said, hats off to Prabhupada. Now, is he puffed up? Is Prabhupada puffed up? No. He is very humble in making that statement, actually. That is a sign of humility. He is standing behind his guru and saying that, my guru has taught me these things. You can't defeat it. He is great. He's been very humble by glorifying his guru. By accepting the title Prabhupada also, he has shown his humility. Because all his god brothers said he is taking the title of his guru. Founder Acharya is the title of his guru. Prabhupada is the title of his guru. Why is he accepting this? But if you examine it, it's a sign of humility. Because what he is telling is, all these things that I'm doing, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur only is doing through me. The credit is for him. It all should go to Prabhupada, everything. It should go to the founder Acharya, everything. Who is that? Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. For that he is accepting the title Prabhupada, founder Acharya, International Krishna Consciousness. This is the internal makeup for Prabhupada. Though externally he has put Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, founder Acharya, Divine Grace. Inside he is thinking, it's all my Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur's work only. He is doing through me. So that is humility. So many times a devotee, I am saying affirmation, many times he gets up and represents the parampara, his guru, Krishna and everything boldly. He is not acting on the basis of me. He is acting on the basis of humility. He is representing. I may be so whatever I am, but what I am doing is exactly like what he told. Therefore, you must give me credit and recognition. Why? It belongs to the parampara, not even me. If you decry me, you're decrying Krishna and the whole parampara and everything. I can't stand it, you rascal. That is humility, actually. So, humility goes differently. You will see Prabhupada boasting about his parampara, about his organization. He's saying, we have so many centers. We are spending millions of dollars every day. He's speaking like that. He's speaking like that when there are actually devotees struggling in this place, that place. To the public, he's speaking in the press, he's speaking big, big things. But why is he doing? Because he already said it is going to happen like that. Even if I said now it is not happening, you may say, very soon it will happen like that. My words will come true. I might as well tell it now. I may say, because why? Prithviti ache chata nagaradi gram sarvatra prachara, already mentioned. And it will happen. So these are all signs of humility. Okay. Anything else? Some of you may have to go to sessions. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. Thank you, Maharaj.